The Star Model BM. What a great shooting little gun, chambered in 9mm. I picked this one up from Classic Firearms. They had this sale about, they were going about $150. Well worth it, well worth it. You know, been taking it to the range. Been working on it here and on. And what I'm gonna address in this video is the reason why Star Model BMs, especially, they keep breaking the barrel link. Why is that? Well, it's actually a design flaw. It really is, and coming from me that have studied 1911 style pistols for a while, I believe I have found a reason for them to that they keep breaking the barrel link. The reason for it is that when the recoil, when you shoot the round and the slide comes moving backwards, the barrel obviously comes backwards with this slide as well. And underneath the barrel, there's supposed to be there are barrel feet that are supposed to contact the frame and stop the rearward movement of the barrel. What happens with the Star is that those feet are not actually touching the frame, but the barrel link itself is stopping the rearward motion of the barrel. And what that does is puts stress on the barrel link, and over time it's gonna stretch it and break it. So let me get this gun apart and show you exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, make sure it's going to be safe, good to go. And I apologize for the camera angle. It may look like you're looking through a fish eye, but it's because I put my phone on the magnifying glass in order for you guys to be able to see this better. So to take it apart, as you guys should know it, I'm gonna cock the hammer back, pull the slide rearward, and engage the safety notch on this slot. Push the slide stop from the other side and pull it out. I'm gonna set it aside. Push my safety down and let the slide come out. Let me just take this apart real quick to show you exactly what I mean. I've been doing some work on this gun, so it's gonna look like a lot of areas are like sanded down or filed down. I've been just trying to make it run a bit better and more reliable. So here we have the barrel and the frame. And if you're able to see, let me get something to point out at it. This area, come on, focus. This area over here, this little bridge face over here, this area is supposed to come in contact with the back feet of your barrel right here. What happens is that when the slide is forward and in the battery, the barrel is going to be probably looking like that. When you shoot the gun and the slide comes back, the barrel comes back with it as well. It's gonna tilt down. And I don't know if you can see, the rear of the legs are supposed to contact this area of the frame. I apologize for my birds. They are very noisy. It's supposed to contact the frame like that, and that should be what's gonna stop the rearward motion of the barrel, not the link. If the link stops the rearward motion of the barrel, then you're stretching the link. The only work that the link is supposed to do is to tilt the barrel down to open the barrel from being in the lock. It's not supposed to stop the rearward motion of the barrel under recoil. How do we test to see if the Star BM or any 1911 has this issue? I'm gonna quickly put this back together without the recoil spring. Gonna put it back in the gun, in the frame. Put my slide stop in there. This is what I call the barrel feet test. Pretty much what it is you're gonna have your safety dangling over here while everything is intact. Well, don't drop your link. I mean, slide stop. The way to test for it is to apply pressure on the muzzle end of the barrel. You can push it on a disc or any surface, or even with your hand. And what you're looking for is, right now this barrel, the slide stop is able to move freely. If I apply pressure to the front of it, the slide stop should still continue to move freely. But as you can see, it's getting stuck. If I remove pressure from the barrel, you see that? The slide stop moves freely. Now you're gonna feel this binding. You're gonna feel this binding. What this means is that the link is stopping the barrel rearward motion and not the barrel feet. So how do we fix it? Well, you can buy more barrel links and can continue using it until it breaks and keep changing the barrel links. I'm not a big fan of that. I really like to figure out the problem in my firearms and address them how they need to be addressed. The proper way to fix this issue, and I have not found any company that makes this, is to create a new barrel for Star BM where the distance from this edge to this edge is going to be greater. So what I mean is that the barrel feet should extend more rearwards in order to contact the frame wall over here. I've kept looking, no one makes new barrels for Star BM, and actually the parts for this pistol are very hard to find. So what's the other option you have aside of getting new links and breaking them, or just sit down and cry about it? Well, I can put a piece of metal, like a shim, a sheet metal, I guess you could say, in this area to the exact dimensions of this area. What that's going to do is account for the missing thickness of the barrel feet back here. And what that's going to do is allow the barrel feet contact the frame via the shim, and that's going to remove the stress from your barrel link, because I don't want to keep changing my barrel link. So what have I done? I have created this little shim myself. It literally came out of a piece of scrap metal I found in the garage. It was too thick. I grinded it down on a what do you call that? A grinder, I guess, a grinder wheel. And I'm going to give you some dimensions. Now, it most likely is going to be a little different. These dimensions are going to be a little different for every Star BM because of the changes in tolerances and all that. So I have my calipers over here. The batteries are dying, but it still works. The width of it It's going to be about 0.31 inches. And that width is going to be, you can actually measure it on your star BM. It's going to be the width of this area. About 0.31 to 0.325. The length of it, what I found to work best, is about 0.39-ish, 0.388-ish area. And the thickness that I found to work for my barrel is about 0.0275, give it or take a little here and there, 0.028. Now I haven't done a great job on it because, you know, I just made this shim using hand tools, so it's not perfectly flat, fat, but regardless of that, it's going to work. So 0.028 by the other dimensions I specified. Now what do you do with this shim? I would suggest that you round off the corners on the sides in order to just make it look a bit nicer and take off those edges that could cause some stress in the metal. What I did was I took the frame, if I can get good lighting over here, I just dropped it in over here like that. Now what I'm gonna do is reassemble the slide with the barrel and the barrel bushing. If I can get this bushing in. Reinsert it in the gun. Now my shim is still sitting on that wall. Reinsert the slide stop. Now I'm going to repeat the same test that I was telling you about. Right now the barrel link, the barrel slide stop is going to rotate freely. I'm going to put pressure on the front of the barrel, rearward pressure. I'm going to put pressure on the barrel again, repeat the same test. Would you look at that? It's spinning freely. That means the barrel feet under here, under the barrel, are contacting the frame. So now the barrel, the rearward motion of the barrel is getting stopped by the barrel feet contacting the frame and not by pulling the link. I guarantee you that's going to save you from a lot of trouble about not wanting to buy new barrel links. If you want to use this weapon as a defensive weapon for self-defense, I highly recommend you to check for this problem. And if you have this problem, fix it. Because the last thing you want is using your weapon to defend yourself and you have a broken barrel link. And that could potentially cost your life. Now I'm going to get this out, reinstall the spring, the recoil spring. And some of you are wondering, well, you have put some shim in there. Isn't that going to affect the fitting of the pistol? Because you changed the rearward position of the barrel. Well, it doesn't, and let me show you exactly a proof of it. So I'm gonna reassemble, put the slide stop pin in. These guns are a bit tricky. Sometimes the barrel link goes backwards and you have to pull it out, push it forward in, making sure your shim is still there. Push it in, put the slide stop in, lock the slide back. Make sure you don't put an idiot scratch over here. Always raise your slide stop to give it enough clearance to pass by that point. Click, in, and function check. Okay, that seems to be working. The barrel seems to be working. I have some steel case cheap ammo hollow point just for the demonstration. I know if you're trying to do this, please make sure you do it with snap caps. You really don't want to be chambering live ammunition through your gun, but this is what I have for now. I'm gonna put it in. You see it's seated, and I'm gonna attempt to feed it. Okay, fit that one. You fit that. And the slide locks back perfectly. Anyways, I hope that's going to be helpful for you. I don't know why Star did not issue this problem when they were manufacturing it. I don't know if it's just specifically for my Star BM, or is it for majority of them, because from what I've heard, broken barrel links are a common issue on these firearms. Anyways, thanks for checking the video. Please make sure to subscribe. I'm gonna have some random videos coming up. That way you won't miss it. Thank you so much and have a good day.